I'm Lisa. I am the owner of Life Out Loud, a service providing agency for teens and adults in the Erie County area. When the pandemic started, we had several direct service providers completing one-on-one care in personal homes, and so the biggest concern was both for the individuals that we were serving, their safety and their services, as well as the safety and concern for our staff that was a part of the environment. And then as the pandemic continued and we got more information and more updates, began to enter quarantine, I think the next biggest concern was how is it going to affect the other services that we deliver. So Life Out Loud has been built on the foundation of community-based integration. Almost all of our programs are delivered in real-time community settings in order to generalize those skills, which prior to pandemic is amazing for generalization and community integration. As we continued through quarantine and the pandemic, the Erie County Board of DD reached out and was responsive almost immediately. We went back and forth with initially SSAs, as some services had to be shut down so that we could discuss plans and what those funds look like in the plans, notifying families. There was a teamwork effort between Life Out Loud and we called SSA family in terms of who was serving who and how we would get that information out that things were on pause right now. As that pandemic continued and the quarantine continued, it brought up some additional different kinds of concerns. So for our one-on-one basic support folks that had essential to life services, so we may be the only lifeline that helps them bathe or pay bills or get to the grocery store and budget and make meals. So those services needed to continue, and they had to do so in a safe way, both for the individuals we serve and for our staff. And the County Board of DD was a huge link to supplies and equipment that a couple weeks into quarantine were just impossible to get off of shelves. And so that was great. We were able to get the PPE we needed until we could get through to the other side where orders were being filled again. They were also linking things for training. So we got lots of supports and resources for training as we needed to onboard new direct service professionals, because as things shut down, the voc centers and the day hab centers, there became a different increasing need for in-home basic support services, which means a different increasing need for direct support professionals. And so as the agency trying to train and onboard those folks, we needed places where they could get background checked even though the world was shut down, and we needed to be able to run them through training which was delivered to us online, or we were linked to sources. Life Out Loud started as an agency in the summer of 2013. And as I reflect, 7-8 years later, how did we get where we are today? It really is the collaboration and the support that we have experienced over the years from the Erie County Board of DD in different capacities, under different circumstances. I think probably the most powerful experience has been the pandemic and quarantine for this area. As a provider, even though we had been a long-standing agency for well over 5 years, it's a brand new experience for everybody. So what do the protocols look like? What do the procedures look like? How do we get our hands on supplies that you can't find? The Erie County Board of DD had a lot of those answers for us, or could steer us in the right direction to get them, and continue to provide the essential for life, very necessary basic support services that we needed for our individuals. We're continuing to partner with the Erie County Board of DD, our businesses and organizations within Erie County, and of course all of our families and individuals that we serve with Life Out Loud.